In today's episode, this is like an anti-hook. So I'm learning to automate my business, and I'm trying to do that with ServiceM8 with the n8n integration, which is a workflow automation tool. In today's episode, this is like an anti-hook. It was supposed to be useful. All of this is supposed to be useful for you, basically watching me learn. But I basically learned that I couldn't do what I needed to do. And it's a very long way of finding out that I couldn't really do what I needed to do. So feel free to watch, otherwise just skip to the end for the summary, and I'll summarise everything. But other than that, you just see me looking confused and befuddled and searching the internet for answers. So enjoy, and maybe the next episode of this fascinating series will be more useful to you. So here we are with another exciting instalment of Watch Hazel Learn n8n. Now I'm on a mission to automate my business. Today we're going to do updates. Sounds very exciting, but it's very needed. So first things first, I've logged into my n8n cloud info. We need to update. I have no idea how to update my n8n workflow, so let's workspace status currently online, restart. Okay, so already latest beta, latest stable. Okay, let's go to latest stable and hit save changes, update and restart. I assume that is that. Currently in progress. Okay. It's all a learning curve. So this is going to be a really important part of automating my business. I've really got to get to grips with how it works. So it seems to be giving me a progress bar at the top-ish. It's updating me here. I assume it's just a case of waiting. Perfect, okay. So because I've got nothing actually live, I'm not too worried. It means I can do these things without worrying too much. So we're going to go back to the workflow that we tried to make last time. The ServiceM8 trigger, in fact, no, I'm going to do a new workflow, because the last time I had a look for ServiceM8, it kept telling me that a package update was needed. A new node package version is available, so I don't know. Okay, this community node was added via npm and has not been verified. It's had 783 downloads. Let's have a look at the docs. I can see the update button there, but I want to learn more. Okay, so it's a community node. So this seems to be the page for it. Let's just hit update and see what it does. Okay. Update every instance of these nodes. The following workflows will be affected. Perfect. Okay, confirm update. Okay, error removing package. Installation of unverified community packages is forbidden. Okay, that's a good start. So let's just Google that. So okay, so if I was self-hosting, there are two versions of n8n. There's the cloud-hosted version where you pay more for them to provide the hosting, i.e. somewhere to save your instance, and the other option is that you host it, in which point you're providing the service, you can do anything you like. That's often a better option if you're creating a lot of workflows, doing a lot of runs of it, if you need something that's more enterprise. Cloud, I'm starting with because it's a good place to start. They do the hosting. I'm not a server expert at the moment, but it means that I'm limited on the cloud version. So that's saying I can't install the update. Okay, so can I look at the... I don't want to look at the code. They're on... This I assume is the version number. Installation. They have an installation guide. Okay. Compatibility, it's tested with that and later. Fine. Okay, so initial release of ServiceM8 nodes, support for job management, customer company management, webhook triggers, and then in this latest version they added inbox resource with create message action, which is actually going to be really useful, but it looks like it's not verified. So I wonder how we see the verification status. I don't know how we see the verification status. So let's go to connections. So if I know that if I go back to overview and go back to no, it's not the credentials, it's the connections itself. Let's go to the admin panel. Settings? Nope. Verify community nodes. Workspace owners can install community-built node packages. Okay. So I assume that if I switch this off, then I can't install community-built node packages verified by n8n. I don't think this is going to go the way that I need it to. Now that I'm on the newer version, I can't change back. Okay. Now I don't know where to manage the connections. It's there. Back to the instance. Create credential. This doesn't talk about the node package. I don't know where to manage the nodes. So let's have a look on here. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get with this. Updating. What's that? Let's have a look for community node. Community edition. Interesting. Okay. It's an integration. Okay. Built-in nodes, community nodes. Okay, community nodes for more information. 3 ways to install. Okay, so it's not a verified community node at this point in time. Is that because they've done the new version? Within n8n using the GUI, manually from the command line. Unverified community nodes aren't available, require self-hosting. Okay, so I can only assume that I'm going to have to leave this for now. And I'm going to have to keep running the old version of ServiceM8. Let's go back to workflows. Let's go back to this one. Open, tidy up. a new node package version is available. But if I do this, confirm update, it's not going to let me. Okay, I'm going to go back to here and try and start a new workflow again. Search for ServiceM8. So now it doesn't even seem to be an option. Okay, so I think if it was available, it would be here. I assume these are all community nodes, but because ServiceM8 haven't published their latest version, or it hasn't been verified yet, I assume there's nothing else I can do with it for now.
A few moments later.
So I've got a ticket open with ServiceM8 support now, so we'll see what they come back with. I'm trying to understand how I see whether something's been verified so I can avoid this in the future. More from the community. So how do we open the nodes panel, after pressing tab, search for the node. If there's a matched community node, you'll see more from the community. See, it doesn't come up with that. So that's an out of date. So we're dealing with out of date dogs, updates that ServiceM8 have made that aren't yet properly supported. I thought this. So how do I see whether this has been verified? There's no verification status on here, it just says this. It implies that version, license, don't know what that means. Try and roll kit. Resources, version history, keywords. Okay. Install 6 versions. License. How do I see its verification status with n8n? Go to settings, community nodes. Let's go have a look at community nodes then. So where's settings? I want to move this out of the way. Go to settings. Is that in the workflow? Settings. There is no settings. Go to settings, community nodes. I don't know where the settings are. Am I just being blind? It's hard when you're learning something new because you feel so stupid. So is it going to be workflow settings? Or is it? I have a feeling it's the admin panel, because that's where I saw a settings button, workspace settings, but that's related to the workspace, so perhaps not. I'm looking for community nodes. No. So it's not workspace settings, so it must be workflow settings. Or instance settings. But there doesn't seem to be a settings area here. Maybe... Oh, there's settings down there. No, that's just me, right? Oh, no, but this might be... There we go. Okay, we found the settings. Okay, we are making slow progress. We've found the node that we have installed. We've doubly established that ServiceM8 is a community node. This is the version, 0.1.3. It says I'm up to date, despite the fact that I know that there is another version. So I'm here on this version, 0.1.3. Okay, so maybe this is telling me that I'm up to date because this is the latest verified version. But that this is clashing with the fact that it can see that it's not the most up-to-date version. So if I go back here, it can see that there's another version. Okay, so this little box indicates that it's a community node. Okay, so it's comparing the version that I have, not 0.1.3, telling me there's a new version because there's 0.4, but it's saying in the settings I'm up to date. So actually, I think at the moment, I can't access the new version. I shouldn't do the update, and I've just got to wait, I think, for the latest version to be fully supported. Okay, so from this, I get the impression that cloud users will always be behind self-hosted users. But I don't think it makes sense for me to learn how to self-host yet, because that's a whole other kettle of fish. So the sum total of this video is that we can pretty much ignore this, because we've got to wait somehow. We've got to wait for this version to be fully verified by n8n, and what I'm gathering is that there is no... So even that says install... Oh no, that's because I clicked on 0.1.3. That if I actually have a new version available, it will tell me in the settings area. But I don't have a new version available that's actually approved, which means I can't get to the newest features when I'm on the cloud. So cloud will be good, but self-hosted will give me more access. Right, well that was rather long, but in this video I have established where to see the latest information on versions for ServiceM8. It's here, so I'm going to bookmark this link so I can see the versions, and I can query the version history so I can see what they've changed. I found the settings area, which workflow or instance settings is what you're looking for. Settings is here, and you get access to users, project roles, the API, all of this stuff, environments, and the community nodes. If this tells you that you're up to date, then that's probably indicating that this is the most recent version that is verified by n8n, and therefore it considers you to be up to date. And I've also learnt that sometimes ServiceM8 can disappear from this search, but just keep going. I've learnt that the little box indicates that it's a community node, and I've learnt that just because it says this is here and available, it's not necessarily going to work. So it's not been verified by n8n. And finally, I've learnt that I can't At the moment, I don't know how to, or it's maybe not available to see which versions are actually fully verified by n8n, apart from the indication that I'm on a earlier version, but that n8n in the settings area considers it to be up to date. So that was that was my rather extended learning session today. Pretty pointless, but I learned some stuff, and maybe you'll have learned some stuff too. So yeah, hope it helps.